Holy moly, you guys. So today's video is going to be about what the Biden and the Biden administration wants to do as far as getting rid of the three bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Now, before I continue, guys, as always, like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So what happened was this: I was going through YouTube and I found a video that said Biden and his administration were actually getting rid of the current credit reporting system. So what I wanted to do is see if it was real, because that really affects me as an individual, but also as a loan officer. So what I want to do today is find out if it's real. And you guys, it is real. It's been talked about since last year, July 21st of last year. They came out with this entire article about what they want to do, why they want to do it, and how they plan on implementing it, okay? So this is the really crazy thing. These three credit bureaus, okay, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, are all private companies. And when we're talking about private companies, what we're really saying is they are for-profit companies. So right now, what these three bureaus are doing is they are selling our information to mortgage companies, credit card companies, and things of that nature. Whenever there's money involved, it can get a little bit dicey. I'm not saying they're necessarily doing anything fraudulent, but they're private companies. So what the Biden administration wants to do, and this is crazy, they want to make it a public company, okay? What does that mean, a public company? And this is really wild. They want to give this responsibility of a new credit reporting system to the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, that was brought forth through the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Act. Now, here's what's really wild about this. In other words, the government will now be responsible for the credit reporting system. Before I continue, do me a favor, comment below. Tell me what you think about the government now taking over the credit reporting system. If you're not familiar with the CFPB, what the CFPB is again, it was brought forth essentially because of the 2009 market collapse, housing market collapse. But the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, is basically designed to protect consumers from financial institutions. So here's the really wild thing. The CFPB makes the rules and enforces the rules for financial institutions. So in other words, they're a very, very powerful company. But from what I have noticed, being in mortgage for 20 years, they appear to be understaffed. Okay, don't be coming at me, CFPB. I like what you're doing. I believe people need protection, and I believe there needs to be regulation, unlike 08 and 09, where there was essentially no regulation for mortgage lending, which led to a bunch of fraud and problems. So I'm saying I like it, but that's very interesting. And if you didn't know that, again, they are responsible for rules and enforcement. Now, according to the Biden administration, one of the reasons why they want to implement this new credit reporting system is because currently Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax all have a different way, and I can assure you this is correct. They all have a different way of generating a FICO score and generating a credit score. Now, personally, if you're in credit repair, like I've been in credit repair and in lending, what you know is typically the lenders are going to use your middle score. Why is having three credit scores important? Is because generally, if you're doing a credit repair and you need to raise a FICO score, you don't have to raise all three. And say one of the bureaus doesn't allow your credit score to increase a certain amount, you can target two other of those bureaus. In other words, it's just what I've got used to. Now, another reason why the administration wants to make these changes, and this is what I really like, taking outside the more government control, is currently the errors are outrageous. Okay, there are so many errors on credit scores. According to some facts that I've read, 1 out of every 4 Americans has an error on their credit scores. Now, to me, that's surprising because I thought it was more. All right, being in lending, I look at credit reports all day, all year, and almost every single one has an error, at least to the consumer. Maybe it's really their problem, but in other words, there really is a lot of errors. And one of the things the administration wants to do is eliminate those errors by coming up with a standardized way to get your credit score and through some type of algorithm eliminate those errors, which is something that I really like, especially when it comes to collections. Okay, so the collection game right now is a vicious, high pressure game, especially medical collections. A lot of these collection companies, they can only have that derogatory information on your credit for 7 years, but a lot of them, what they do is they sell your information to another credit collection company. And then also what they'll do in that process is in your derogatory section on your credit report, they will reactivate it under DLA, which is date of last activity, dropping your FICO score even more. So there's a lot of problems right now with errors. Now, here's another thing that the administration wants to do. According to this article, 20% of Americans, 20% have ghost credit, okay? Which means they just don't have enough credit, right? They may be using too much cash, not building their credit enough, things of that nature. So the administration wants to help those people, and most of those people, according to them, 45% are in low income areas. So they want to adapt what's called non-traditional trade lines, like paying your rent, paying your utilities, things of that nature, which honestly, I like that. Now, here's a really interesting thing. Not only that, they want to currently require FHA, right? FHA loans. FHA is huge. Federal Housing Administration is huge when it comes to mortgage. They want to force FHA loans to use this new standardized way of reporting credit. Now, going back, taking a couple steps back, talking about errors once again. Now, here's my opinion. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. This is just my opinion I'm sharing with you, okay? I believe because of this overwhelming amount of errors, that is a fact that is going on right now, every single person in the United States of America or wherever else you're from in the entire world needs to review your credit as often as possible to make sure they're not getting away with these errors. One thing that I do is I use Credit Karma. Now, the good thing about Credit Karma is it reports 2 FICO scores every 7 days without pulling an inquiry. Now, here's the thing about those FICO scores. It uses a different algorithm than when you shop for a car or you shop for a home, but nevertheless, it is a good way to monitor your credit. So I would suggest everyone that watches this that is not currently doing it, go and download the app, put it on your cell phone, Credit Karma, and start watching your score. My score is in the 800s, but when I go shop for a home or I pull a mortgage, my score is more like 780 or 770. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying it's a different algorithm that they use. Now, the overall goal of the Biden administration to have a standardized credit reporting system, again, is fairness, right? Is fairness, and specifically pertaining to people purchasing a home. So the administration wants to give all of the people in the United States, which I like that, right? Which I think it's an overreach. First of all, I think there's way too much government overreach going on. Please don't come after me, government. I'm just saying it's just a lot has happened recently in a short amount of time, and it's a little bit overwhelming, and we got so much other things going on. Now we have to worry about credit. Are you serious? I'm comfortable with credit because my credit is good, right? But again, the purpose of doing all of this, the standardizedness, the fairness, is to give the people that are struggling a fair chance. And I do believe that is a good thing. Now, one of the interesting things when it comes to derogatory information in this new system, now currently, usually the derogatory information reporting on your credit is good for 7 years. Through this new reporting system so far, it would go from 7 years to 4 years. Now, you guys, it's really important to notate though that this is not implemented yet, right? They're still working on this system and it has not been rolled out yet. So if you have great credit and you're freaking out, I don't know what to say, right? I don't know, is my high 700 credit scores going to reflect immediately on this new credit reporting system? I certainly hope so. And also remember, don't be jumping through hoops. If you have bad credit right now, it's probably, there's still going to be a credit reporting system, right? So you still need to watch your credit through Credit Karma. And what I could tell you right now is utilization ratio is king. And what that means is your credit cards, not home loans, not car loans, credit cards and revolving lines of credit have something called utilization ratio. Here's my overall opinion, you guys. Now, my first thought is it's going to be a complete mess, right? I'm worried because we got problems, backlogged IRS, stimulus programs. We got this new $600 1099K thing going on. I'm a little worried that if they roll this out too soon, it is going to be a complete nightmare. But what I will tell you is, if they're going to roll it out, I am looking forward to having more accurate information. I believe they're also going to remove medical collections for being reported. So I like that. I like the fact that derogatory information goes away in 4 years, but I'll tell you what I like the most if they change this. Currently, as it stands, when I said utilization ratio is king, I don't think that's fair, right? I think they need to implement more, basically awards for paying your mortgage down, for paying your car off, things like that. And as the credit reporting system is right now, paying off your car or paying off your mortgage really doesn't help your credit that much. It's all on that utilization ratio. So if they're gonna roll it out, I'm kind of looking forward to that, even though I have good credit, even though right now it is super easy to manipulate credit, because if you know that the main thing is utilization ratio, you can just keep your credit card balances low. The main effect though with credit scores is derogatory information. You have one late payment, one little late payment is going to devastate your credit. So all in all, you guys, I'm interested. I'm very skeptical, but hopefully it helps some people. Hopefully it's something that's more organized, less errors, and hopefully it will overall help us. Again, I don't like the overreach from the government. That does concern me, but that's just my opinion, you guys. Travel along with me. Again, subscribe to my channel. I hope this information helped you guys, and good luck out there.